everyone, today I'll be reviewing this brand new, this mystery thriller, kind of like a horror series just dropped on Netflix called Something Bad is Going to Happen. And it centers around, we see Rachel and Nikki, they're they're engaged and they're like about to get married. So this show takes place 5 days before their wedding day. And Rachel, she feels like she has these bad feelings about basically about her wedding day. The show starts with, we see they arrive to Nick is this like cabin house somewhere out of nowhere in the wood. At night they arrive there. Of course, the minute they arrive there, you are like, "Whoa, we know something bad going to happen." Uh, that being said, this show is actually based on a book, and the book is actually very highly rated. When I was searching for this show, I saw like 4.5 reviews. So I bet books is really interesting. So whenever you are making anything based on book, it can be difficult what to add, what not to add. The show has a 9 episode, and when I was watching it, I felt like this is one of the show. Really feels like it has too many episodes because end of the day, the show story it will remind audience or not that this horror movie came out think a couple of years ago, and that movie was quite interesting, and overall it did like end of it was a horror movie, which I was really shocked end of it the way it ended. So this show it's kind of like a borrows, like it is based on book, I suppose. They're not borrowing from that movie, but the plot wise they're very similar, I will say. The only difference here is, I guess, Rachel and Nikki, they really love each other. That is about the show. I thought, wow, it is a little different than that. So, that. So I thought overall, this show, it was kind of like like it is interesting, but it's not, as I said, it has too many episodes. And when you have plot like this, you arrive to this cabin, and like the minute you arrive there, something mysterious going on. Then you meet all the family member one by one, and like especially Nikki, he has this creepy sister with the blonde hair. She's so creepy and weird. I was like, stop talking. However, this show also has Jennifer Jason Leigh. Wow, I have not seen her in a while. She got really old when I was watching this show. I was like, wow, Jennifer, you got really old. Especially she was so good in what was that movie? What, Eight something, right? I forgot. But she was really good in that movie. So like she's a really good actress. You can see this show. She was really trying her best. And the center actress, what is her name? Rachel, right? She's also good in this show. She looks really good, and I thought she had a good chemistry with the Nikki. But as you meet other family member, this show, all the mystery around the character and the center premise that it's revealed to the audience, I was like, oh wow, it is getting once again really close to Ready or Not, that plot line. I was thinking that to myself, and the way this show ends, I was just like, oh wow, this is just like that. I think spoiler I'm going into. But I also like watching this show. The show often, it was for this show's case, I guess, as I'm saying, it's really close to that movie. That movie is kind of like a comedy slash horror, and this show really, I think it did started out this mystery thriller horror, but as it went on, this show's tone shift. Like it started out this mystery and horror vibe it had. Halfway through, it really tried to do this dark comedy style, and especially if you go as you go on toward the end, it really become kind of like this comedy slash horror. It will throw off a lot of people, and I didn't mind. As I was saying, often I try to like control my expectation from this show because it is so close to that movie. It's just like I really was expecting something else. Although the center story, it is still quite different. End of the day, I guess spoiler territory, because this family member, for them, they're trying to survive here. So for their point of view, they're not evil like how Ready or Not in that movie. They were just evil. Although they also had curse, and this show also has curse. So once again, the story was is quite similar. However, though this shows the production, everything looks really good. And all the character, I think they did good. Some of these characters, they are really cliche, very predictable. The only I would say I still like Jennifer, her acting in this, and the lead actor. I did like them. But some of the side character, they're really very cliche. I did not like them that much, if I'm being honest. So when they died ended the show, I didn't mind. I was like, okay, like some of these people are really mean here, you know. So that is why I guess it was easy for her to walk away. I thought overall it was quite interesting show. It just felt very long. It really like, especially toward like episode 5, 6, 7, it got really dragged a lot. I was like, wow, it's like a lot of like side line, a lot of side story don't feel interesting. Overall, I thought this shows us like okay, like it wasn't bad by any mean, you know. Although I did had a high expectation from this show because it started out on high note but ended on comedy note. That is my review on this. It started out on high note but ended on comedy note. This is the first time I'm saying in any of my review. Overall, it was okay. Still, it was quite entertaining. It just felt really long, and that was my thought on this. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this show? If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to check out my other reviews on other show. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take